This is Dan Oliverio from Anger's Arts. Listen to Dave Softee's Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alright, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from California, from thrash metalers Anger as Art. Joining us, we have on guitars and backing vocals, Mr. Daniel Oliverio.
Hey, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Welcome to the Metal Meltdown, Daniel. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for taking the time to be here. How you doing out there today?
I'm doing great. It's a little chilly, but hey, I can't complain. The sun is out. I'm sure where you're at is colder than I am. Great, you know, I'm in the process actually today of writing new material and putting some ideas down.
Excellent. That's great news. Yeah, it was warm here just a couple days ago, but now it's just taking a big dive. It's going to get colder this weekend, but this is how it is here in New York. And let's learn all we can about your extremely talented thrash metal band. I know that the band formed in 2004 as Steve Gaines, and he released in 2016 the first Anger as Art called Anger as Art, and that name stuck for the band. And we have your latest release, which is really kick-ass. It's called Ad Mortem Festinamus. It's a tongue twister for me, obviously. This being the band's fifth full album from the very beginning, and this came out earlier in March. I got to tell you, it's really a kick-ass thrash offering, so I'm really happy to have you here to talk about this and all we can about Anger as Art.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, we feel that it's the strongest album we put out so far. Definitely.
And this was released through Old School Metal Records, based in California. Now, is this a independent label? Is it your own label?
Actually, it's an independent label out of San Francisco that we work with. We work with them because they're just great partners in business with us. They've done a great job distributing our CDs around the world and making sure that it's getting out there in every way possible so everybody can get a hold of it. So they've been, they're not the biggest label on the planet, but when you have a label like Old School Metal Records that lets you hold on to your songs without selling your rights, that's a green light for me. I love that.
Excellent. Now, how is this label working out for the band? Are you happy with the label?
Yeah. They do their parts, and of course nowadays the band has to do their part too. And it's just basically hitting the pavement and we're working our ass off to make it happen. And I got to give it to Steve. Steve's a working horse, and we all try to put our 2 cents in to make the band move forward, and they do their part, we do ours, and it's a happy family.
Very cool. Now, could you please tell the listeners out there who currently makes up the entire rest of the Anger as Art lineup?
Okay, so we have Eric on bass, Rob Alaniz on drums, of course Steve Gaines on guitar and vocals, and myself playing guitar and background vocals. Very
cool. And how long has this lineup been together? For a while?
Yeah, it's funny because I just thought about that the other day. This new lineup's been together for 4 years now.
That's cool.
And it's stronger than ever. We've had other bass players in the band, they decided to leave or it doesn't work out, but we finally found somebody that is solid as a rock and a great vocalist, by the way. Eric's vocals are all over the new album, Tomb Ward, which is, I believe, the fourth song on the CD. That's all him singing. The guy's a beast.
Awesome. And who produced Ad Mortem Festinamus? Is this a self-produced effort, or did you have an outside producer record this and master it? And if you could tell us where it was actually recorded.
Well, it was recorded in a studio called Rev Studios here in Chino, California. Ron Sandoval, a great friend of ours, produced it, recorded it, mastered it, mixed it, did the whole 9 yards. Steve Gaines and the band also helped produce the album, but Ron Sandoval was the majority of the producer on the CD.
Wow, he did a great job. This really sounds, like you said, to me this is your strongest works of art.
I'll tell you, this album took over a year to record.
I believe it.
And we took our time on it to make sure everything was right. We needed to raise the bar. It just came out phenomenal. The one great thing about Ron, he worked so close to us that it sounded great one day and it didn't sound great the next day. Hey, we did it over. We just wanted perfection on this CD. And the great thing about it is that we're really seeing how much the public is enjoying it. We've come out number one in a few polls for thrash album of 2016. That really got us excited seeing that, and it really, really pays off when you put your heart and soul into something and people really grab it and run with it and enjoy it so much.
Totally understandable, and congratulations for that. Now, let's talk about the CD art. Who designed the art for this? This is really exceptional artwork for a thrash metal offering.
That's a great question. Actually, Eric brought this to our attention, and he found it somewhere, and I really couldn't tell you where it came from. We just all said, that's it, that's the cover. And when, Eric has a very dark mind, and it really, really helps us in different art designs. And there's things in the works right now that's really phenomenal. But yeah, Eric is the one in the band that brought that to our attention. And to tell you the honest truth, I'm not sure where he got that from.
Wow, that's interesting, but hey, it works.
Yeah, I like it. And at first, we're all looking at it, it's like, what is this? And then we notice, we just love it because that's the title of the album is Ad Mortem Fistum Lamis, which actually means we all hurry into death in Latin. And when you see the insects crawling into the mouth of hell, it really fit perfectly.
Wow, that's wicked. And let's give some links for the fans out there that may not have any merch or any CDs from Anger is Art. This way we can inform them and then they can support the band better. So where will you say is the best place for a fan of Anger as Art to get either the CDs or digital files or any kind of merch? I will give your Reverb Nation link, reverbnation.com, /Anger is Art. You have your homepage, angerisart.com, and you have your Facebook, facebook.com /Anger is Art. Where would you say would be the best place for a fan that wants your music? Where would they get it?
The music is everywhere, actually. We're on Amazon, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're at Best Buy, anywhere. Actually, you can even buy it off your phone on your Google search.
So it's very simple for them.
Yes, very simple. You can pull up Anger is Art at any form of downloadable purchase. It is there. You can also write to Anger is Art. We also send out CDs. If people want a hard copy, we do offer that. On our Facebook page is an address and a link to just write to us or ask us, and we'll be glad to send out a CD anywhere in the world.
Thank you for that information. And what other merch do you currently have available for your fans out there that they could support the band?
Right now, we got T-shirts and patches. We're actually working on women's wear right now to have more availability for people requesting women's T-shirts and tank tops. So we said, all right, we're on it. And also, we've got sweaters that are available.
Very
the hoodies.
Cool. That's good
news.
I
like those.
Yeah, that's good to know. A lot of people that have been coming into our chat room that are females, they've been wanting girly shirts, so it's good to know that you do offer that as well.
Yeah, I told them to start making G-strings, but I don't know how far that will go, but hey, if it sells, we'll do it.
Especially edible ones. That may be a good thing.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
I would imagine Anger is Art has been pretty busy in the year 2016 performing live shows. Could you let us know about some of the highlights of 2016 for you, where you've played, who you played with, and after that, if you could tell us if you have any shows coming up that you'd like to spread the word on, we'd love to hear it.
Well, we've been doing dates in Puerto Rico. We actually did some dates out in Jersey and New York. Now, 2016 was actually a slow year for us due to a family member not doing too good. So our rule in this band is always family first. So we had to put some things on hold for a little bit until things got better. But the good thing is that going forward, 2017 is very, very busy for us. We've got so many dates on the books right now. We'll be recording a live album and a live video in San Juan, Puerto Rico on May 7th. And then I believe we have a West Coast tour that starts on June 23rd. But going back to asking who we played with, you know, we've opened up for bands like Saxon, Paul Diano, Catatonia, many acts, but that goes into the previous years other than 2016. In 2016, we've been doing more headlining shows and really supporting more local acts and playing with them, where I believe that it's always great to give local acts that fair chance to show their stuff. And let me tell you, there's some acts out there that are pretty damn good and gives the Anger is Art a run for their money.
Very cool. Now, I'm very sorry to hear about some personal situations going on within the band. Is everything okay at the present time?
Yeah, everything's good right now, and that's really brought in a good positive vibe into the band. So, yes, everything is doing good. Thank you.
Very, very cool. Now, what would you say have been among your proudest moments being in Anger is Art? Is there any stories from your history of being in the band, anything that stands out in your memory of the highlights of your career with the band?
Yeah, one of the biggest things I loved when we played in Europe. Europe was a great experience, touring Holland, Belgium, Germany. Another great experience was when we get friends of ours to come up on stage with us and play with us. You know, we're good friends with Sin, with Ministry, and he does shows with us. That's always exciting to have his support. One of my other great memories, I'll never forget the Saxon show. To play with one of my favorite bands was really an excitement that I enjoyed very much. And, you know, and every day, every time we go out and do something, it's always something new. But those are pretty much some good highlights that I always look back on and really treasure.
You're really enjoying what you're doing with Anger's Art, I could tell.
Yeah, you know, it's a passion, you know, and especially when you have people in the band that you've known for over 35 years. I've known Steve Gaines since we were tiny kids in a previous band in high school. So to be playing with somebody that I've known for so long, it's fun. It's great, and you know, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Was that band called Abattoir, by the way?
Yeah, we played in a band called Abattoir when we were young. That's right.
Is there any updates on that band? You going to ever do anything with that again, or is that on hold still, or have you discontinued that band?
Well, a member of that band put kind of a legal stop on any further advancements on Abattoir. So as much as we would love to do something legally, the founding band member put a cease and desist order on not touching that. So what we do is sometimes on big shows, we will play Abattoir songs. We have the opportunity to play Screams in the Grave and Game of Death and those songs that people love. So every once in a while, we'll pull one out of the hat and we'll play it live in Anger, and it always goes over very well.
That's good to know.
But to go forward with the Abattoir stuff at this moment, it's negative.
I understand that, but I had to ask that. And let's talk videos. You have the band's YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/user/Anger's Art. Very simple. And on there, I noticed there was an official video, Unknowing Undead, for this release. Could you give us a little bit of background information about this, who edited it, who produced it, directed it, and anything you could add to that?
Well, I'll tell you a good story on that video. That video actually was totally ripped apart, and the people that we had producing it really dropped the ball. So we had to salvage that video, and Steve Gaines did. He salvaged that video because the people we were working with had their heads up their ass and had no freaking clue on how to do anything. So we had to take over and do it ourselves.
That sucks when something like that happens, and I'm glad that you were able to work it out, but that sucks.
Yeah, well, you know, you got people that talk and say they want to do something, and they say they've done it multiple times, and when you come down to the nitty-gritty, they don't freaking have a clue, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, like you say, the proof is in the pudding, and they didn't prove it to you. That's crazy.
That's right. So if we kicked them out, we just took over and just finished it ourselves.
Well, I hope you didn't have to pay them any money to do nothing.
No, nobody got paid.
Excellent.
Trust me.
That's good news. Would you like to spend some time talking about your gear?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually in my studio at this moment, right now, staring at my gear. It's funny you asked me that. I play Black Star amplifications. Black Star is my number one go-to amplifier. I use a Mesa Boogie single rectifier as a backup head, but I like to play through Black Star cabinets and Mesa Boogie cabinets. To go to the board, on my pedal board, it's very simple, actually. I'm just running a tuner and an overdrive. Black Star's tone is so great that I don't have to plug in much of anything to make it sound good. It's just awesome.
Nice.
Now, my guitars are loaded with EMGs. I've got a couple guitars with Seymour Duncan Blackouts and Invaders. I have a wide selection of guitars that I use, where I go from Schecter to custom guitars that I've had built for me to Les Pauls and Strats.
Very nice. How many guitars are in your collection to date?
12.
12, nice. Are you endorsed at all?
No, actually, I'm not endorsed. Well, with Black Star, I've got a endorsement with Black Star, but for guitar-wise, I'm trying to work a deal right now with Schecter.
I wish you the best with that. I'm surprised that they're not with you yet on that.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Sometimes things go in slow motion like snails in this business, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. That's why you just got to be patient and just do what you do and go forward and see what happens.
Very true. And what is next for yourself and Anger's Art? I would imagine that you're working on maybe the next offering, perhaps.
Yeah, we're really surprised at how many songs we have in the hat already. One thing about this band, we all write, and we're constantly writing. We've actually been going and working with Ron Sandoval and pre-production ideas. At first, we thought maybe it's too soon, but then again, all this stuff is flowing like crazy. So anything that we come up with, we record it. I have a recording studio here at my home where today, in fact, I will be laying down some ideas and tracks. But right now, at this point, we're already rolling on 12 songs, but we want to have enough that we could pick the best 10 out of 25.
Wow.
And we're greatly on that path right now because Ad Mortem is going to be a beast to beat. That was a great CD, but we always like to raise the bar and to take it to the next level. So this next one, I can guarantee you from what I'm hearing and from what I'm writing, it's going to be heavier than what you're used to with Ad Mortem Pistonalis.
I find that hard to believe, but I can't wait to hear that. That being said, when that does come out, I would love to have you come back on the Metal Meltdown to talk about this new record.
I would love to.
Excellent.
Anytime.
Excellent. And is there anything that you would like to bring up to the people out there that we have yet to bring up?
No, the one thing is that I know that in 2016 we were kind of quiet due to, like I said earlier, some personal issues in family. But just to let everybody know that we're still here. We're going to be having a heavy touring year for Anger is Art. We're writing songs, and we're trying to definitely give you the best of the best when it comes down to metal. That's pretty much it. Just want everybody to pick up the CD if you haven't picked it up. I guarantee you will enjoy it. It's the kind of CD that I feel that you'll put it into your car and it'll stay in there for a few months. And I say that because that's living proof for many people that tell me that they put the CD in and they can't take it out, and that makes me feel really good.
I'm one of those. It's still in my car. It's great stuff. I love Pissing on the Grave is the best song, my favorite on the album.
It's great. I love it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Daniel, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans around the world that are tuning in at this time?
Hey, I want to say thank you, everybody, all the metalheads around the world. As you know, if you're a true metalhead, it's a brotherhood. It's in our blood. It's in our veins. Keep the horns up. Keep the music alive. Support local underground metal. And buy stuff. Buy your local band's merchandise and CDs. Support. Without you guys, we're nothing. We can't do anything but I guess play to a rock, and we don't like doing that. So thank you so much for your support, and keep supporting other metal acts. We're all in this together.
Very well said, Mr. Daniel. And I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this interview. And keep doing what you do, and we'll do our best to support you and to continue on with future interviews to support Anger is Art. I wish you the best of 2017, and I'm glad to hear that whatever downfalls happened in 2016 are better now for you on the personal level there. So keep doing what you do, and we'll keep doing what we do here at Metal Messiah Radio.
Thank you very much. Like I said, we're in this together, brother, and I totally appreciate your support.
Excellent. How about we go crank up some more Anger is Art at this time?
I say we do that. I say we turn it up nice and loud and get everybody's neck snapping.
That's it. Crank it up, Metal Maniacs.